Hey you guys, what's going on? My name is Reed the Writer. Let's get into today's topic. And that has a lot to do with Reddit. Yes. Reddit. A place where you can go and ask questions online and get feedback from people. You'll either be humiliated, you'll find stories about men no longer wanting to be with their wives, but not being able to get out the relationships. You'll find fandoms, different languages that don't exist. And in my instance, you will find photos of the new and upcoming Superman film that will be set to release. So far as we know, its scheduled release date is July the 11th, 2025. So I'm going to put the images on the screen, and you guys can just tell me down in the comment sections what you think about Superman's new costume. And I do want to let you guys know this. I'm pro the Justice League. I would love to see films where we get to see all the characters together. We kind of got a taste of that with Zack Snyder. Well, not a taste of it. We actually did. We got to see Batman. We got to see Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot. I think she was one of the greatest casting choices of the 2010s for so many things, but for her playing Diana Prince, they did such a great job with that Wonder Woman. And still to this day, every time I see her, I just go Wonder Woman. They did a great job there. They had Flash. We don't have to talk about that or the actor, but we had Flash. We had Cyborg. We had a introduction to Martian Manhunter, which was completely obliterated. That's gone. I'm sorry, that's gone. I'm not even gonna say I'm a little upset about that. I'm very upset. I love Martian Manhunter. Love his fighting style. I grew up watching the Justice League, the cartoon series. He was one of my favorites, besides John, the Green Lantern. One of my absolute favorite. But for this, we're going to be getting, so far as I know, unless anything changes, we're going to be getting Superman, Lois Lane, Supergirl, Hawkgirl, Lex Luthor, the Engineer, Guy Gardner, which I'm going, why? You know what? He has a good personality. He's not a humble character, but I can see what they're doing. Some other people, Mr. Terrific. That's a good pick. Good pick right there. Metamorpho, which will be fun to see on the big screen. And I'm kind of curious to know how they're going to even put this guy on film. Because with Metamorpho, his ability, he can do so many different things with his abilities. But how that's going to relay on film, a lot of CGI. That's all I'm going to say. A lot of CGI. This man's going to be dripping in a green suit. That's all I see for this character. And I'm expecting the voice acting to be top par, but it's a bunch of CGI. But I'm excited to see that character on film. Some other people, Maxwell Lord, Steve Lombard, Martha Kent. Okay. All right, so we're going to have Superman's mom. Okay, I'm not mad about that. Wait, where's Superman's dad? Is he dead in this one? Let me see. Wait a minute. There's no way. Dang. Not even Superman got a dad. Oh, no, he did. Jonathan Kent. Okay. Okay, I was about to say. Okay, wait, let me look it up. Let me make sure. Wait, pause. We're doing everything live here. Let me type it in. Jonathan Kent. Wait, Jonathan Kent? What? Jonathan Kent? That's what? One of his sons? Whatever. Regardless, we got Superman. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys the photos of the brand new Superman costume. I'm going to put that in right now here too. Like I said, we're doing everything live here. Superman 2025. And I want to talk about, that's really why I'm bringing this up here. There's no article involved, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. And here we go. So, I'm not even going to lie to you. The actor playing the new Superman, and he's a young guy. He's only in his early 30s, which is a great approach. I can tell James Gunn is picking younger actors and actresses to have them in for a decade or even two, which is like the best thing to do. I 100% stand with that, because I mean, if you're gonna really just milk a franchise, you want them to stay in for as long as possible. You don't want to get someone who's like in their mid and late 50s and hope they can continue carrying on being that character. So yeah, this is like a good thing. His name is David Cornsweet. Yeah, and this is him, young guy, 31, and this is what Superman looks like. And I think they did a great job with the portrayal. He looks like Clark Kent. He has the look. He's super handsome. He has dimples. He has the black hair. And I'm liking what they're doing, what James Gunn is doing compared to the last Superman, which was played by Henry Cavill. I'm liking that they're allowing his hair to have that little curl in the front. Because if you guys go back and look at Zack Snyder's Superman, that Superman was very, I would almost call it like militant in a form, but very slicked back, very firm, really strong. He's someone you don't want to mess with. Very godlike. His identity is more based in the knowledge that he is an alien. He does not belong on this universe. He's never blended in. And it's like the fighting between being human and being a superhero. And I feel like more with the Zack Snyder, they emphasize him being an alien more than anything. So we got to see less, besides the Man of Steel movie, but even with the 2013 movie, we still got to see the hyper-extended version of the alien version of Clark Kent. Rather than with this one, which I'm seeing, they're kind of going back into their roots of who Superman was originally back in the day, that Superman, which is you have an alien who wants to be human, is living his life more as a man, who, you know, on his free time, I don't want to say free time, but on the side, he is this extra extraordinary figure who can do it all. So yeah, I'm liking that little curl swoop right there in front of his hair. And let's get down into the costume, because I said as many positive things as I could in the beginning. I always like to start there. I like to do the positivity before I get into the truth. And yeah, so as we're looking at his new costume, and this is me being transparent. It has a collar, the suit. It goes up to his neck. It hides his it hides his chest. I'm not gonna say I'm absolutely crazy about the suit. And I think that's probably because I'm still coming out of the Snack Snyder universe. And that was primarily all of my childhood right then and there. That Superman. And that, if you guys go back, and I'll even pull it up on the screen. If you guys compare this Superman costume to the last one was very sleek. We get to see a very toned out Henry Cavill, very toned out suit. You get to see his arm muscles, his abs, completely in shape. But the difference between the last suit and this suit is this suit, the 2025 suit, has the the pants, like the, not even pants, like, but you know, the I want to say underwear, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. The spandex. There you go. Has the spandex, has the belt, which is going really back into like the ode. I'm trying to see right here. The George Reeves 1952 to 1958 costume. So it's really an ode to the old Superman. So we get to see that with the belt, with the spandex, with his cape being front and center. But regardless of all that, me just looking at the suit, you're getting a little bit of mix of like technology with it, with the material. You can tell that it's not necessarily breathable, but it looks more like, I don't want to say plastic, but it's like a thicker material. I know they're gonna CGI this up, which thank God for CGI. But yeah, it looks a little bit frumpy. It looks a little bit thick and heavy. It doesn't look breathable. I'm not gonna say I'm the greatest fan of it. Same thing with the boots. I'm not all the way excited for this type of boot look. But like I said, it's an ode to the old Superman. And that was a look, especially for the Christopher Reeves Superman that came out in 1978. That was, especially if you were alive, I wasn't, but I've read and I've spoken to people about the Superman. When that movie came out, people flooded to the theaters. It was huge. People kept seeing that movie over and over. So there's a little bit of nostalgia to that. So I can see what James Gunn is probably doing. He's probably going back into that old school Superman, where Superman is a man. He is a god. He's an alien, but at the same time, he is a man, and he wants to live a human life. So I guess I'm saying there's little things when anytime you're looking at a director's interpretation of a character, a lot telltale sign of what the storyline is going to be is in the costume. And that's like something I did learn in school. Anytime you see a costume, a lot of the character's personality is tied to that. So for me, when I see this costume, I can already tell that James Gunn is going back to a grounded, very grounded Clark Kent Superman. This Superman is going to be more intact with humanity, which I don't think is a bad thing. And maybe with this Superman, we'll get a Superman who has a job, has a normal life, has an apartment, has bills. Keep in mind, Superman, does have a job. He's not that popular. He's not that guy, which I'm thinking this man is 6'5". He wears glasses. He has black hair and blue eyes. If I worked with Clark Kent, I'm like, yeah, that man is fine with the glasses on. I would have went for him regardless, but no one did. Everyone just considered him a nerd. But yeah, just to see that Superman, that Clark Kent, someone who is interacting with people on the streets. Maybe he has a tighter relationship with Lois Lane here, with his mother. So maybe we're going to see more of that. And I did go on Wikipedia because I was curious about the storyline or the direction that James Gunn was going to go for Superman. And I'll do it in a separate video where I can just like do a whole synopsis on what comic book James Gunn is basing this new Superman off, which is like a 2005 comic book. It's very old, but that's what he's basing it off of. And we can dissect that there. But just like I said, based off this, you can tell a lot about what the story is going to be based off just off of the costume. So I'm liking that. But like I said, I'm not the hugest fan of the costume, but I'm sure with CGI, a lot of things are going to change up. It just in the man area, it just looks a little bit frumpy. I don't know how to explain it other than that. It just looks very bulky there. I don't know if that was like the direction they were going to go into. But yeah, it looks very... I'm trying to be as polite as possible because I don't want YouTube to flag me for anything. But yeah, it looks very just... It just looks bulky right there in the middle. And it looks thick on his arms. But yeah, him losing kind of like his neck death. I'm not sure I'm the hugest fan of that. But yeah, I like the spandex. I think that's really cool. We're going back to that. The belt was a nice touch. The boots, okay. The suit doesn't look, like I said, it doesn't look breathable. It doesn't show a whole bunch of definition to his body. It looks very box-like. Which is kind of a shame too, because the actor David, I saw online, he's in really great shape. He got really big for this film, which is great to see. But we don't know. We don't know. They might CGI up. We might be able to get to see muscles, because I like a defined Superman. That's just me. But I like a very defined, strong body. I love the concept with the Zack Snyder, where we got to see his abs, his angel wings, his thigh definition, his back, his shoulders. I loved seeing all that strength. But like I said, this Superman here is an ode to the Christopher Reeves Christopher Reeve in the George Reeves Superman suit. So it's going to be a little bit more, you're going to have less definition there, but all in all, this is just what we're working with. I also want to talk about the Hawk Girl costume too, because that also leaked on Reddit. So let me pull that up right now. So Hawk Girl, it's just going to be on the screen for you guys. And this is where I'm not going to say I'm a little thrown off. I'm thrown off with this suit. Superman, I can work with the Superman suit with the James Gunn. I can work with that one. This one, yeah, it's a jacket. We have a full body suit. She has the boots, the long boots on. The helmet, her helmet, her Hawk helmet, looks pretty good. I'm not going to complain about that. They're clearly going to do the CGI for the wings, because all we have here is her on some tight cables. So they're probably putting her in the air. And I want you guys to keep in mind as well, they're not filming in a studio. They're filming on site, filming on location. So this is why we have these photos. I don't know who was out there capturing these photos and leaking them. Whoever that is, you need to get fired, but thank you so much for this so I can talk about it. But yeah, so the Hawk Girl, I'm going to talk about the positives. I like the Hawk Girl helmet. I think that's really cool. It looks very aerodynamic. I like her mace. And I believe the mace is called the Thanagarian. I'm probably saying it wrong, but I'll just put it on the screen right here. Mace. And this mace has like a magical, extra dimensional element to it. But the mace does not look bad. It looks like if you got hit by that, you would die. Hell, it just looks sharp. But yeah, the costume, I like the arm wraps too, because it just tells me right there she's a warrior. I'm digging that. But I'm going to go ahead and just say the truth. And this is just how I feel about it. I wish, and I understand that we're in a different time, but I like when superheroes look like superheroes, especially for women. And I know nowadays we are in an age where we're trying to, I guess, protect women anatomy. We're trying to be very gracious when it comes to showing skin. And I do understand that. I respect that. You know, protect women, absolutely. But when it comes to fantasy and sci-fi and superheroes, I like to see my superheroes, especially women, showing skin. That might seem a little bit like, you know, showy to a lot of people. A lot of people might not want to do that, but I like Hawk Girl's aesthetic in the comics. I like that she's curvy. I like that she got a body. I was trying to work around it just to say that, but I like Hawk Girl with a body. She looked good with the comics. I'll put up a comic pic right up here. But yeah, I like her with the body. I like her with the abs. I like when her abs are showing. I like when her stomach is out. I like when their arms are showing, because she's a strong character. I like that. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with showing a body, the body definition, especially like for the female anatomy. It's like the same reason I feel like so many people love women like aesthetics, like women who work out on like Instagram. They like seeing women who are in shape and showing off their body definition. I think that's so cool. For this actress, I think it would have been awesome if they got away from the pants and the jacket and, you know, the bulky clothing. And it goes back to even to Marvel as well, because Marvel's on that path. They're doing the same thing with covering up the women superheroes. Like, I get where Marvel and DC are trying to protect women and trying to keep everything PG, but superheroes, if you go back, especially to the old comics, they're all rated. Blood, people die, things happen. But the most amazing part was just looking at the fantasy of superheroes. They were larger than life. They had abs on abs. They had really huge muscles and amazing physiques. Like even when I think about a really amazing physique, I think of like Luke Cage. That man was built like a tower. That man was built strong, and I love seeing that. But I wish, and that's what I'm saying. It's maybe studio interference. It's maybe just the direction that Warner Brothers and same thing that Disney are on. They don't want to push female characters into wearing, I guess, more skimpy clothing. But I think there's a great balance between both. So you can still get the fantasy, but where it's respectful, rather than us just putting female characters in jackets and pants and deep leather and it's real heavy and we can't see any of their physique. I would love to see a current modern day female superhero's body. And the closest character I can think that we've seen relatively where we've been able to see skin is Gal Gadot, is Wonder Woman, that came out back in the 2010s. And it was so amazing to see that. And I don't know about you guys, but I never looked at it as a sexual thing. I just looked at it as, wow, this woman is an Amazonian. She looks strong. She looks powerful. She's tall. She's beating up people in armored tanks. She's lifting cars. Like, she's doing all these fantastic things. And her suit looks great. It looks great. And that's something I can give to, that's a prop I can give to Zack Snyder. Because Zack Snyder understood that. But we don't know what's going to go exactly with this James Gunn's version of these characters. But like I said, for the suit, I'm not a huge fan of Hot Girl suit. And that's just me being honest. We also have Guy Gardner. And I do remember him from the cartoons as well. Very obnoxious. He has a really huge ego. He's part of the Green Lantern Corps. Same thing here. I had to compare him to his comic version of his costumes. And yeah, he had like a little bit of like a blazer jacket, sleeveless. Sometimes he's wearing like a turtleneck or sometimes like a shirt underneath. There's different variations of what's been displayed of his costumes as well. Most notoriously, he's always had a bob cut, like a bowl cut. Like a bowl cut. So I see that here. This Reddit leak. Same situation. It's the boots. And man, James Gunn, man, he really likes his boots. Yeah, this man really likes his boots. There's a lot of boots everywhere. Superman got boots. Hot Girl got boots. He got boots. But a lot of jackets. And the costume looks very thick. So I don't know what to say. But it looks like he's wearing a jacket over some type of shirt. Let me click on another photo. Yeah, of the Green Lantern Corps. I'm not the crazy. I don't know. And maybe if the CGI, they'll give them body definition. Maybe things will change once the film actually comes out. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not crazy about Hot Girl's costume, nor Guy Gardner's. Superman's. There's Mr. Let me see. Look up his costume too. Let me see. Mr. Terrific. Let me look up his costume. Because they kind of have him here on the side, like a side angle. It looks okay. I like the actor who's playing Eddie Gath. I'm probably going to say his name wrong, but I'm just going to go with the first name with Eddie. I'll just put his name in his photo right here. And he's a really good actor. I've seen him in a dozen different movies. Most notably is Twilight. He played the Black Vampire. If any of you guys were wondering. But yeah, let me look at Mr. Terrific. I don't know. I know he's in shape. I saw some videos of him working out. Let me just type that in. James Gunn. Let me put that up here. James Gunn. Mr. Terrific. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. Because I'm not sure you got there's about 3 photos that I found so far. There's a back photo. You have Superman talking to Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific looks very lean compared to the comics. Where this, Mr. Terrific was pretty big. This man was cut. But this version of him is real lean, real thin. He's wearing his jacket, which is, yeah, that's cool. Let me look up a front version of him. Man, I don't know. I'm putting it on the screen right now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, this Mr. Terrific looks... It's gonna be the CGI for me. Because I'm looking at the costume. It's gonna be the CGI for me. I'm expecting a lot of CGI. Since we're not gonna see anyone's bodies, there's gonna be no muscles. Which is a shame, because everyone got in shape. Everyone, especially Superman. And Eddie, too. I know he got in shape as well. But, damn, that's such a shame. So, I don't know. All I know so far, what I can say is, besides the costumes, what's really going to sell it for me is the storyline and the script. That's really what it is. And this might sound really sad, but I'm at a point now with superhero films, I will bypass a horrible costume for a great script. Because so far what we've had with like Flash, and if we're going into the Marvel universe with Thor and the Marvels, the writing hasn't been that great, and the storylines as well. But if James Gunn can present a great, I'm telling you, if he can present a great story, which is really what matters at the end of the day too, but if he can present a great story, grounded heroes, fleshed out, if they're all fleshed out, if we're going to get this new Superman that's going to be more based in his humanity, we're going to get all this layout of different superheroes that we haven't seen yet on the big screen. If it's good, then it's good, and I can work with it. Beyond that, I'm just going to say everybody else, it's going to be up in the air for me. But yeah, we have David Cornsweet, I'm probably saying his last name wrong, but Superman looks great. Rachel Bosenan, yeah, as Lois Lane. I'm not that crazy about the Lois Lane. I'm not gonna lie to you guys either. I'm not that psyched about this. She might sell it. It might look different as soon as it's on the big screen. Because you know what it is? Sometimes what we'll do is we'll look at an actor and we'll wonder, why was this person even casted as this? Then once we actually get to the film, we go, that's why this person was cast in it. And it blows everything outside, the bag. So that might be the case here. But yeah, I'm not too crazy about Lois Lane. Supergirl is being played by Millie Alcock. And she actually was just in the House of the Dragon. And people loved her in season 1. She had a really short role in there. It didn't last long. But she has a very strong presence to her. And I'll give James Gunn another nods up as well. I'm liking that he went back to a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Supergirl. And I love that look for Supergirl. In the Flash movie, we got a dark-haired Supergirl, which was real cool. Because the girl who played that Supergirl, she did a great job. And there's nothing wrong with that Supergirl. She was real good. But I like the original look Supergirl with the blonde bangs, blue eyes, really cute mini skirt, and a crop top. But based off the 2 other costumes actually 3 costumes we've seen, Superman, Hot Girl, and Mr. Terrific. If you guys put her in some pants, I don't know. Because I really do. I like Supergirl when she's just wearing her... Because, Supergirl's a teenager. And I like that look with the crop tops and the skirt. And, if she had those little white gloves, she has that on as well. But I like that, little cheerleader look as the Supergirl. But based off the other costumes, I feel like they're going to put her in a jacket and a pair of pants. Yeah, I don't know. We have Nicholas Hoult playing Lex Luthor. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. He might steal the show. Possibility. But yeah, everything else is kind of panning out. But we won't know until we actually get to the teaser trailer. I'm expecting that to be released maybe sometime at the end of this year or the beginning of next in preparation for July. So we'll see. But yeah, so far those are my thoughts. I know on Reddit everyone is upset. Everyone does not like the new Superman costume, but we don't know. Because you guys, he might CGI some things. It might look weird because we're looking at the actor not in his actor mode or standing up straight or whatever it is. So it might look real wonky behind the scenes, but once we actually get to filming and once everything's been edited and done, it might look completely different. So we will see. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to say too much because we don't know what the finished look is. And I know a lot of people, we're so quick to judge things because they're in progress. Like, we want everything to look perfect immediately, but sometimes we have to slow down and go, okay, they're wrapping up filming. They're probably doing like last shootings or reshoots, or right now they're filming on location. I read that they were filming in Atlanta and they were filming in, I believe it was Norway as well. So they're filming right now. They're getting everything done. The actors are probably exhausted and tired. So when we're seeing this Superman, this version of Superman, David, maybe standing up or bending over, maybe he's tired, or maybe everything's not finished. This is the unfinished product. So before we get to quick with the criticisms, let's wait until we get to the trailer. Once we get to the trailer, then y'all can make your judgment. Then once we get to the actual movie, then go ahead and obliterate it then. But we don't know yet. This could be the greatest Superman that we've ever seen. James Gunn did such a great job with Guardians of the Galaxy, because one thing that's most notable is that a lot of people did not know who or what the Guardians of the Galaxy is. James Gunn did such a phenomenal job of putting these comic book heroes onto the big screen to a point where people now, if you were to say these characters, people know them off the bat. And I can't say a lot of directors can do that and do it well, to the point where you're going to get 3 Guardians of the Galaxy films that did well in the box office. So James Gunn has a knack for bringing characters to life. He has a lot of humor. I think maybe a lot of that was what Marvel wants, but maybe we might get a darker, or like I said, a more human Superman and Lois Lane and Hawkgirl. So we're gonna get a different version of these characters. But James Gunn, I think about it, everyone you could have picked to make this brand new rebooted DCU. I think this is like the best pick so far. So we will see. So before anyone just makes any judgment, we'll find out once we get down to it. But yeah, I do agree with some of the Reddit users. From what I've seen so far, I'm not the hugest fan of the Superman suit, but then again, it might look different when we're filming. It's gonna look different when he's flying, and the CGI, what they add or take away, or they shape his body, we don't know yet. But yeah, I just wanted to share that to you guys. I will do a separate video where we do dissect what this movie potentially could be about. I'll probably just do that in a different video. Maybe now or later. I'll decide then, depending on how many more video topics I need to go over. Because I have a lot. There's so much in the news that's happening, and it's hard for me to catch up. Because I primarily, on this channel, I like to talk about news topics, of course, and entertainment, but entertainment tied to either things that I really like, which is superheroes, or entertainment tied to business and money. Because I'm really interested in the entertainment world's business and financing departments. Like, I'm really interested in how these major studios make their money, and they capitalize on these characters and these actors and their likenesses, and especially with contracts. I'm really interested in all that. So yeah, just look forward to me talking about those topics, and I'm bringing you those stories. But yeah, if you like those type of things, be sure to like, share, subscribe. I'll be sure to keep up posting. I'm doing a little bit better. I'm doing about 2 videos a week, but we'll see. That might change just depending on my timing. But yeah, I will see you guys for the next video. Tell me down below, what do you think about this new Superman costume, the characters? Are you excited for it? Because I think I am. I can't say I'm all the way pumped up. And I think I wouldn't call it on superhero fatigue. Because I'm not fatigued in the sense of superheroes. I will always love superhero flicks until the day I die. I grew up off that. What I'm probably exasperated on is bad storytelling. And that's my biggest thing. And I hate seeing superheroes portrayed poorly than compared to what we've been given historically in the comics. And I'll say this as well. I feel like if you're going to have an interpretation of a superhero, it should be as close as to the original creator's ideas. And that should just be put on in cinema, on the big screen. And I would just love to see just more of that, just direct, just betrayal. And I feel like more fans would love that as well, instead of just, everything else, especially when it comes to the costumes and us kind of moving away from, like I said before, superheroes not looking like pantheons, like not looking like fantasy characters. I feel like that's like the big part of why so many people like superheroes, because it's not real, but because it's a fantasy, we can look up to these godlike people, these godlike characters, and we can fall in love with the story, because it's, a guy who flies and he's from Krypton, and it's Kryptonian, and he flies and he shoots lasers from his eyes, and when he blows air, it turns things into ice. So why not have characters in costumes or looking like that? Because it's that's what people want. And that's what I want. I want to see characters look larger than life on the big screen. But that's just how I feel about it. That's just me just jabbing. Okay, but yeah, tell me your thoughts down below. What do you think about the costumes? What do you think about the characters? Are you excited for this? Are you ready for another Superman? I know we've got a lot of reboots, but are you ready for this new upcoming James Gunn universe? And we'll see. Like I said, I'm here to see. I'm just looking.